everybody. So today we're going to have the next tasting of my homebrew porter. This is using Crystal 40 malt, pale chocolate malt, and coffee. This was bottled on 5.9% ABV. I will put a link down below or show in the description the full grain bill. What I was doing with this series, or what I still am doing with this series, is going through, starting at the base, one malt, adding to it, and also switching out Crystal 40 for Crystal 60, at least right now, just to see what I can get and what I like. So again, this is the next tasting. I don't have any papers with me, anything like that. I know I've screwed up on a couple of them because they were actually first taste, and I think I heard a hiss. Nope. Okay, good. Good hiss out of there, a little bit of smoke. These are using, I believe, 4 small pearl carbonation tablets. I know one in this series is bad and it's going to come up to bite me, but we're going to find out. So let's go ahead and get this in here. On most of these, I will do a side-by-side of this and the 60L version. Most of them, I do have both. Now, it's been, what? I think the last one was bottled like 5-something, 514, 529, something like that. So I have taken a break from it with baseball and everything. Just haven't had time to brew that many beers. But I will get back at it, and we're going to do some other stuff. But this is just to find out, you know, what's a good base to add more like cocoa nibs to, or some kind of dark fruit, or even maybe some wood chips to see what we get. Head is dying down. What I do have is a nice tan color, but it's gonna go here soon. Not even a quarter finger of head. Color on this one, a dark brown in color for a porter. I would say that's good. 5.9%. I couldn't tell by that. It is darker than your traditional brown. You guys are seeing it a little darker. Let's see if it'll focus. Than I am, but I'm also getting the lights from here. But yeah, good porter color. I think the ABV's a little bit high at 5.9 for a porter. I usually like my porters maybe 4.5 to 5.5, somewhere in there, but this is what we get. Let's go ahead and smell. Now these are directly out of the fridge. These first couple will be colder. I'm going to try and get through at least 4 or 5 today, but all the rest of them are sitting right over there, so they will warm up a little bit as we go. For the smell, light roasted malt, light coffee, very light, maybe like a slight city roast coffee coming off there. A little bit of sweetness. I was actually thinking when I was setting all this up that most of these I've gotten more coffee than I have chocolate from. But I think you're going to see that. You're probably, what it looks like, you're going to have to add more chocolate malt or more chocolate to overpower that light roasted malt that you're using. And even in this, I think the coffee goes through. You could say there's a touch of bitter chocolate in there if you wanted. But for the most part, it's mainly roasted malt coffee. Smells good. Let's go ahead and taste. Front of the palate to the middle of the palate, roasted malt, maybe a touch of caramel sweetness in there. I do believe it's from the roasted malts that are used in here. As from the middle of the palate to the back, it is more coffee, maybe a little bit of a bolder coffee, not a French roast, but a little bit more than a light roast coffee. In the aftertaste, I almost want to say like a kind of a bitter chocolate coffee in there. I think body's good. I don't get alcohol for almost 6%, but I almost worry if this was around 4.5 or 5% that body would be bigger, and that's not what I want. This is a porter. I want it to kind of be on the watery side. I don't want it to have that body like you would see in a stout. So I think the body's good. It's just if I made this again and actually hit, say, 5%, the body might be too thick for what I'm looking for. Overall, I think this works well. I think it should have a little bit more coffee or a little bit more chocolate, something coming through. But if I got this at a bar, I would think it's fine. If they just called it like a porter, because I guess I can't say that. Like a standard porter, I don't think would have this much coffee in the back end. It does seem like as your palate warms up, it does build a little bit. But overall, I think this is fine, but I could see some non-coffee drinkers thinking this is too much coffee. Why they would be drinking a porter, I don't know. But yeah, I think this is good. If you've made a porter like this, leave it down in the comments and let me know what you made. If you enjoyed this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.